You got Giants and Commodores. You got Jets and Vikings. You got San Francisco, Miami. And all of it means something. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you?
I agree, man. This is as good as it gets, not just for our teams, but then all the games that
so many good
matter
games.
to our teams,
awesome.
too.
By the way, it's almost like the season for those teams that are alive for the playoffs, like a legitimate chance for the playoffs. I'm not talking about, a team that might be mathematically involved. I'm talking Jets, Dolphins, Giants, Cowboys, all those teams, San Francisco, Miami, et cetera, et cetera. The season starts right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a 6-game run to the postseason.
And what's crazy is it's December, and it's not as if the Jets or Giants are within striking distance of the playoffs. Like, they're in the picture. They're in the postseason entering December. Now, can they protect that? Can the New York Jets protect a postseason spot? Can the New York Giants protect a postseason spot? We're going to find out over the next month and a half. But how about that feeling? I haven't had this feeling in a very long time.
What's that?
We begin December, both franchises in this town, in a playoff spot, and now it's about protecting it and getting there.
Yeah, and it's a weird feeling because there's, I think, a feeling, there's nothing's 100%, of course, excuse me, but my gut is that the majority of Jet fans kind of feel really good right now. Mike White played great last week. The team was all pumped up about him. His wife even was like, "Who are you? That's not the guy I married. I married a backup. You're a rock star now." I feel like the Giants are in a different spot. And that's not being disrespectful because I think the Giants have had a great year already. But you kind of have this weird feeling right now where Jet fans are like on the top of the world. We're going to go to Minnesota, beat the Vikings, and then our game of the year, Jets-Bills next Sunday in Buffalo.
Right.
If we win that game, we are in first place. Awesome. There's a sense I have about the Giants that the New York Giants have to win this game. Like, I think the Jets have already beaten Minnesota. I think the Illuminati have taken over. And I believe that that's the reason that the NFL wanted to flex next week's game and why CBS blocked it, because everybody knows that game is going to be for first place, and we can get more into that later on. I feel differently about the Giant game. I think the Giants have to split with Washington. That's not a newsflash, obviously.
No question.
And obviously, if you're going to split, it makes sense. It's easier to win at home than on the road. Doesn't mean they couldn't go to Washington in 2 weeks and beat them and get the split. But you kind of have the sense like if the Giants lose their third consecutive game, where's the next win coming from? Yeah. And that may not be fair,
right,
but I think this is the Giants' season.
Well, this game is more important for the Giants. I think that's the simple way to look at it. I mean, this game, and I'm not a must-win guy, so I don't want to go down that road because a lot can happen.
Right, the Giants could lose this game and win out during the playoffs.
Exactly.
Right.
Or we can shockingly see the Seahawks lose to the Rams on Sunday, which also changes things. But this game is incredibly important, and a part of why there's been a negative feel towards the Giants is this simple thing called recency bias. They've lost 2 in a row. They've lost 3 out of 4. They haven't won a lot recently. But I actually feel good about this team going into Sunday because, A, they are starting to get healthier. And a big part of their struggles over the last few weeks is that they haven't been healthy. They are getting healthier. They're not going to be fully healthy. Adoree Jackson isn't walking through that door.
Right.
But they're getting healthier, specifically on the offensive line. So I actually don't feel as negative towards this team as many others. But you're right in terms of the importance of this. The New York Giants probably have to find a way to win 3 of their final 6 games. And if they do that, they're likely a playoff team. Well, when you look at the final 6 games and you try to find those W's, one of them needs to be against this team they're playing on Sunday. I mean, they have to beat them at least once.
Yeah, better that they sweep, but you got to split. You got to split because the only way to get to the 3 more wins and get to 10 is to beat Washington once, beat the Indianapolis Colts, and then hope that the last game of the year against the Eagles doesn't mean anything for Philly. Right. I mean, that's the map. If you want to map out realistic
I'll give you
without
an easier
being
map.
Pie in the sky, that's one map.
Well, here's an easier map. Go beat Washington twice.
Yeah, but again,
why is that so impossible? Because they played well
I want to be
recently?
clear. It's not impossible.
Okay.
But I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. Washington's playing really good football right now.
Sure they are.
So I have to be respectful of that. Could the Giants beat them twice? You bet your ass they could. Now for Washington, it's a weird schedule, right? It's the Giants, a bye week, and the Giants.
Yeah.
They play the Giants back-to-back games. I just think the way we've kind of talked about this week, that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah, look, obviously winning both is a tall task, but before you win both, you need to win one.
Yes.
And that's why it starts on Sunday. And one thing I feel good about, you could throw this out and say it doesn't mean anything, I respect that, is that Daniel Jones, for whatever reason, loves to play against his football team.
Good.
He has had
Daniel Jones is due for a good game.
He has had great success against them. He's 4-1 against them. And the one game he lost was that crazy primetime game early last season on the penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty, and they lost 30-29. So this is a guy who's played very well against Washington. They are starting to get healthier. You figure that maybe the longer break will actually help Saquon Barkley, plus a healthier offensive line. Evan Neal walking through that door will help Saquon Barkley.
Right.
And that's been a formula all season. They need Saquon to be great. He hasn't been the last couple of weeks. I feel okay about this team.
I feel okay about this team. I put the team on my back, though. I will say this, and I'd like this to be the only time I say it today, but if you're with me, by all means, you can call in and express your frustration as well. We're in December. As you said, the Jets and the Giants are both alive for a playoff run into January 8th, the final Sunday of the regular season, right? Mm-hmm. It is beyond frustrating to me. It is beyond obnoxious to me. It is beyond acceptable to me that the NFL has continued to have these two teams play at 1 o'clock. It's not right. Something's got to be done about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, not even for our jobs. Forget about that. Like, Giant fans watch Jet games. Jet fans watch Giant games because it's got an N and a Y on their chests.
Right.
And we like to watch both teams play.
Right.
We'll watch the Yankees and the Mets.
Right.
We'll watch the Knicks and the Nets.
Right.
We'll watch the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils. And the fact that they keep forcing us to have both games or flip if you have one TV like me, you have the benefit of multiple TVs. It's like, I don't want to complain about it beyond right now, but I'm pissed off about it.
So I agree with you. Obviously, ideally, I would not like these teams.
And by the way, if I may, I apologize for interrupting.
Yes.
You and I are going to have our first fight ever, verbally, of course, because I bruise like you're great.
About what? I'm in a good mood today.
Okay.
I don't want to fight.
If at any point today.
Thank you, Buffalo. Go ahead.
If at any point today.
Yes.
You'd say to me, why don't you open up your iPad? Why don't you get a laptop? We're going to have problems. I don't have an iPad.
You don't want me to use that retort?
I don't want it. But now say what you want to say.
Well, first of all, I'm picking up my iPad.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it to you. It's yours for the weekend.
I don't want it.
You don't want my iPad?
I do not.
I'm handing you my iPad.
I don't want your iPad.
With the NFL Sunday ticket for the weekend.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
All right, I tried.
Now, can I keep it?
No.
Then I don't want it.
I get it back Monday. I obviously agree with you, but I'm in a very good mood, and I want to give you a positive to the Jets and Giants playing at the same time. And I think that you may
positive?
Yes. Hear me out. So at 4 o'clock, after the Giants are done beating Washington and the Jets are done hopefully beating Minnesota, there are 4 football games going on in the 4 o'clock window. Okay? Now, we're only going to get one of them locally.
Do we get San Francisco, Miami?
We get San Francisco. No, we get Kansas City, Cincinnati.
Okay, big game. Huge game for the Jets.
Every single game in the 4 o'clock window, every one of them
matters,
is significant to the New York Giants and the New York Jets. Game number 1, Seattle against the Rams. Now, say what you want about how beat up the Rams are. The Seahawks losing, divisional game on the road, would be monumental
for sure
for the New York Giants.
Because they got the tiebreaker because they beat them. Go.
Let's not rule that out. Game number 1, big deal. The San Francisco 49ers against the Miami Dolphins.
Big deal for us as Jet fans.
Huge deal.
Yep.
The Kansas City Chiefs against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Big deal for the Jets.
Big deal
if
for
the
the Jets.
Ravens win the division, then we're fighting with the Bengals and they have the tiebreaker against us.
Yes.
Go.
I could argue that may be the most significant game this weekend for the Jets, but whatever. The other one, Chargers-Raiders. Another huge game for the Jets.
From the Chargers standpoint, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The Chargers are only a game behind. And tiebreaker is a little weird. We'll get to that at some other point. Every game in the 4 o'clock window. Now, for the Giants, it's only one game.
Right.
For the Jets, it's 3 games.
Still means something.
All matters greatly to both of us. So, if anything, it opens it up for us to just focus on the other teams that impact us. Your thoughts?
Now, well, what game do I get at 4 o'clock?
I just told you.
Which one is it again?
Kansas City, Cincinnati. But if you have Red Zone, or if you have
I do have Red Zone.
Or if you have Sunday Ticket, which you should.
The problem though with Red Zone to me is that Red Zone's really for a second TV. So you have the one TV on the main 4 o'clock game, whatever, in this case, Kansas City against Cincinnati.
Right.
And then if you get a second TV, which I don't have, that's for the Red Zone.
This is
That's the
why
problem.
you need the NFL Sunday Ticket Digital. You could put all 4 games in a quad box.
On what?
A quad box!
Yeah, you need Apple TV for that.
A
I don't
smart
have Apple TV.
A smart TV. How'd you
Yeah.
watch the football game last night?
What happened?
How'd you watch the football game last night?
I didn't.
You didn't watch the Patriot Bill game.
I went to sleep.
You didn't watch Marcus Jones, defensive player,
I mean,
special teams player.
yeah.
Piss me off 5 minutes into this game.
I have seen all the highlights of the game, but I did not watch the game live.
You didn't see.
I saw the great pass from Allen into the end zone. I saw Jones on the 45-yarder to give the Patriots a 7-3 lead. I saw Nick Folk hit the crossbar at the end of the first half. I saw Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, FUBAR their final drive before the end of the half. I saw it.
Yeah, but you missed something
I just
very
didn't see it
important.
live.
No, you missed something important that your little highlights won't show you, and it's important for New York Sports Talk Radio
Go.
more than it is your national show. The song that the Patriots played every third down.
Oh, did you put this out there?
You want to address it?
I did not.
Yes,
see
I
that.
did tweet it.
Evan, like a lot of you lunatic, insecure Met fans, think that Timmy Trumpet and Narco belong solely to Edwin Diaz and the New York
I don't
Mets.
think it. I know it.
So you guys got upset because New England played the song every third down.
Every time.
Yeah.
What's that?
Guy that was sitting courtside at the Net game 2 nights ago was sitting in the box with an owner last night.
Oh, Mr. Z?
Jay-Z was sitting with Robert Kraft last night. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah. He is looking older.
What do you make? See, I told you that, man. What do you make of that?
I think billionaires like to hang out together.
That's what I think.
Because nobody else can relate to them but other billionaires. That's what I think about that. Look, we got lots to do. I don't know what happened to my voice. I was fine in the office. And then I got something happened.
I know what happened to your voice.
What?
Today is Friday. That means you have talked at some point for 30 hours this week.
I've done a lot of talking
And
this
so
week.
what happens Friday afternoon is you die. That's what happens.
No, I was good like 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. I will say this. Been a lot of articles written about me this week. Maybe I should stop reading them out loud to people.
That's why your voice is so...
I mean, there's so much sensitivity and insecurity in our industry. It is comical. I don't even want to get into it. It's so stupid. But we probably will later on today. 877-337-6666. It's Carton and Roberts on the Fan. Live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. I think what my throat needs, Tommy, make the call. Do you know what call you're making? See if he knows.
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second here.
What-
Put my
what
headphones
call you
on.
making?
Knowing you the way I know you, Craig, you want
PSP, right?
you want Ralph's.
Ralph's has been closed for a month.
Excuse me.
Ralph's has been closed
Ralph's
in New York
Italian
City
Ices?
for a month.
Oh,
yeah,
honey.
PSP.
Honey.
I'd like some honey. If you have honey, it'd be great.
Tea.
PSP.
I don't know what that is. I got to be honest. I don't know. PSP.
How does he not know what that is?
Prince Street Pizza
It's Friday.
You
Let's
got
go.
it.
That's right. Let's
God,
get
I'm
that.
an idiot.
Do an early order. Yes, and get Big Mac whatever he wants. There you go. It's the same thing every Friday. It's a square pepperoni
whatever I
pie,
want, I know what's
And
coming.
it's a round pie with sausage on. It's the same damn thing every single week.